I need to find the motivation to continue making videos because I damn sure watch videos and I enjoy watching others' videos. I enjoy boxing fans. I appreciate boxing fans. I appreciate the sport of boxing. And this is just a real quick vid. Hopefully I can get back into making vids more consistently. But I'm sure there's probably lots of vids up because I'm late with it. But this is my post-fight vid, and I was actually at the fight right in front of the ring, on the floor. And I witnessed a great amount of talent in Adrien Broner, but I witnessed a guy that came to fight, and I remember, saying to my girl and also the guy that I was chatting with all during the last couple of fights next to me, who was very animated, a guy, cool guy, boxing fan. I remember saying this guy came to fight. This little guy, Gavin Rees, I didn't know much about him, but this guy came to fight. I mean, no homo with the next thing I'm about to say, but the dude came to the ring like a Mike Tyson, used to come back out in the day sometimes, no robe, no nothing. He came out ready to fight. He ain't had on no robe. He ain't had on nothing. Dude came straight out with his shirt off, straight to the ring, stood there and waited. Motherfucker had one thing on his mind, and that was Adrien Broner winning. Dude came to fight, man. Gavin Rees is small, man. He was very small compared to Adrien Broner. Right before my eyes, I seen how big Adrien Broner is. This is my second time seeing Broner fight in person. But last time, I wasn't as close. I sat a little bit further back, but this time, he was right there on the floor, and Adrien Broner. Obviously Adrien Broner's talent speaks for itself. You can't take that away from him, liking or hate him. But although I was voting for Gavin Rees to win, I always vote for the underdog and all. But I can truly say Gavin Rees won the first 2 rounds. I was hype as shit. Gavin Rees won them first 2 rounds, and for a guy that small, I thought honestly he was gonna get demolished and be lucky if he could even win 1 round. But he dude came to fight. He brought it to Adrien Broner in those first 2 rounds. I mean, Broner's, laughing, smiling, clowning around, shaking his head, but my whole time I'm thinking, and I'm talking to the guy next to me, I'm like, this little guy's hitting him, though. Broner can shake his head all he wants and laugh. You're getting hit. He ain't throwing much punches back. He's getting hit, So Gavin Rees easily won the first 2 rounds, and he connected. Man, I love when Rees hit Broner clean. When Broner was clowning around for a minute and the ref broke it, Rees hit him fucking clean. This ain't no joke. This is a fight. Hit him clean. I loved it. I loved it because, Rees was a little man that was, disrespected, overlooked, a former world champion. Nobody knew who he was. Honestly, I didn't know who he was like that. I just knew he was a former world champion from the UK. It's my first time seeing Rees fight. I did watch one fight on YouTube, actually, before going to the fight a couple of days in advance. But I didn't know too much about Gavin Rees. I just knew that this guy was in your face style. He brought it, and he definitely came to fight. Broner's got his band camp out there, a bunch of band camp boys sitting around us. And, the whole show's for Broner, No, I don't know, maybe a couple people there for Rees, but it's the Adrien Broner show. He comes out like a concert, and he's mic'd up, and everything tells you that Broner's going to win. This is like a written script. Broner's supposed to win. Gavin Rees ain't even supposed to be here. Even though he's a former world champion, he's being disrespected to another level. And Gavin Rees comes out, first, ready to go, literally with his shirt off, ready to go, ready to fight. The bell rings. He brings it to Broner. And for a guy standing that smaller in size, that smaller in length, talking about in terms of height and in terms of reach, to have way shorter arms, basically a midget compared to Adrien Broner, basically. And he connected on Broner clean a couple times. To me, honestly, I'm not going to say like Gavin Rees laid a blueprint down to beat Broner, because he didn't. But he definitely showed that Broner can be hit easily. I mean, Broner's entertaining because he stands in the pocket. And when Broner knows he's got you hurt, he's gonna go for the kill. That's one thing I like about Broner is he's got heart, man, and he's very talented. But besides being talented, he's got heart. You know, we've yet to see Broner how he reacts mentally when being hurt. How does he act? Can he come back? You know, Mayweather has proved that he can take a solid shot and be hurt and find a way to come back. Now, Broner's never been put in that situation yet, so we'll see. You know, and believe me, that situation will occur at some point in his career, you know. But for now, you know, I can just tell you, Broner is very entertaining, stands in the pocket, throws a lot of punches. I mean, he overwhelmed Gavin Rees. For one, I was very upset when you know, Gavin Rees' corner stopped it. I guess, you know, they know their fighter better than me. So who am I to really speak about it? But I thought Gavin Rees, the little guy, could take a little more. That's just my opinion. Personally, I was right there. I mean, I was like, what the hell? You know, we all stood up and I was like, you know, I thought Gavin Rees could take a little more. I don't know why they stopped it. At times, I think Broner was overwhelming Rees, but at times I think Rees was playing possum because it would seem like Rees is about to go down. And he did go down from a solid counter shot, you know, but at other times during the fight, it seemed like he was going to go down, and then Rees would just come back, firing back, you know, reckless, wild swinging. But I mean, every couple punches connecting on Broner, at least at the body too. I mean, Rees came to fight. I have so much respect for that man. He came to fight. You know, he earned that title, The Rock, man. The Rock, Rocky Balboa. He came to fight, man. He came to fight. He got a lot of heart. And I respect that, you know. I like Gavin Rees, man, and he connected a lot on Broner. Like I said, I'm not saying he laid the blueprint on beating Broner, but if a guy that small is connecting on you with that type of reach, I would really be interested in seeing when Broner, you know, everybody wants Broner to step up. There's other fights at 140 for him. You know, you got Bam Bam Rios. You got the Rios fight, or Alvaro if Alvaro manages to win. You got Juan Manuel Marquez if you can get him in the ring. You know, there's other fights. Danny Garcia, but you know that won't happen. That's Golden Boy. But you know, there's other fights. Lucas Matisse. You know, there's other fights at 140. There's other fights at 140. Shit, maybe even Zab Judah. Who knows? You know, who knows? Depending on how other people fights go. But there's other fights at 140 for Adrien Broner. But Broner is very, very confident. A little too cocky, if you ask me. But a very confident fighter, very good fighter. If he steps up to 147, he will not be the stronger man like he's been in damn near all his fights. Because he got a lot of punching power. And obviously he's a guy that walks around way bigger than what he's draining to make himself. Not saying draining, but you know, obviously I'm assuming Broner walks around in the 150s. At least, you know. Dude's a big dude. He's coming down in weight. You know, he's a guy that can make the weight, very conditioned, very hard work ethic in the gym. But when he steps up to 147, I can tell right now just by looking at him, this guy's not going to be so big as he is as he was as a lightweight and as he is as a junior middleweight. I mean, excuse me, a junior welterweight. Yikes, a junior welterweight. I don't want to step him up that much in weight. You know, he was a big lightweight. He's a big junior welterweight. But when he steps up to a full-fledged welterweight, he's not going to be the bigger, stronger guy all the time. So it's interesting because I seen Gavin Rees show that, if anything, he showed, in my opinion, that Broner is not untouchable and that Broner is not quite a finished product as he thinks he is. You know, he thinks he's pretty much a finished product and he can't be touched. And Rees showed that he can be touched. Now, imagine if Rees was the same height as Broner at least, or had closer to the same reach as Broner at least, you know, with more power. Perhaps maybe if they even had fought at 147, because Rees fought at 147 before, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe Rees' power would have been even more. You know, just the what if fact is what happens when Broner runs into that type of competition, because a lot of people are thinking that Broner is the next Mayweather. And they're really buying into it, especially now after the DeMarco fight, which I was also at. They're really buying into it that Broner can't be beat. Broner's very talented in my mind. I think he can be beat. I have yet to see how he acts mentally, psychologically in the ring when he's legitly hurt. I haven't seen how he's reacted, but so far I've seen Ponce de Leon give him problems. And yes, he's improved since that fight. But then I seen a very short guy. You know, it's funny because this video's getting long. It's funny because Antonio DeMarco, I would say, yeah, in little spurts, close quarters, DeMarco, you know, might have landed one or two. But for the overall part, I was at that fight. And Broner, I watched Broner demolish Antonio DeMarco. And it's funny because I'm thinking he's going to wipe the floor with Rees. Nah, this little guy showed us something, man. That little guy came to fight, man. The UK should be very proud of Gavin Rees. Y'all got a great fighter. But yeah, you know, in my opinion, Broner didn't even like outthink him or outsmart him or outclass him. He basically just outsized him, in my opinion. I mean, Broner's skill didn't really play that much of a part besides his defense, which is very good all the time. Besides his defense, the only thing Broner did was just overwhelm him. You know, just was bigger and stronger and threw punches very fast. Has the speed advantage on him and just overwhelmed Gavin Rees. But other than that, you make Gavin Rees the same size as Broner and give Gavin Rees a longer reach. You know, physical attributes that Rees can't control. You add them on to Gavin Rees, and I think you might have a different fight. And I'm not saying Broner still can't win because Broner might use more of his IQ when he's fighting a bigger man. You know, he just did what he had to do to win. He didn't need to use too much IQ against Gavin Rees because Gavin Rees was being wild and reckless, but at the same time, he was catching Broner. See, if you're getting caught like that and your defense is so superior, and I thought Gavin Rees caught him quite a good amount of times, you know, quite a good amount of times. I had the crowd oohing and ahhing. But, you know, of course, they oohed and ahhed loudly for everything Adrien Broner did. But Gavin Rees caught him quite a few times. It just makes me wonder when you at welterweight and you get caught like that, you know, what's going to happen? What's going to happen when Broner actually gets hurt? How does he react? You know? I think there's still question marks on Broner. That's just my whole point of this video. It's the post-fight vid. It was a good, entertaining fight. I felt it was stopped a little too early. But regardless, I think Broner would have won. But, you know, big up to the underdog. Big up to the underdog, Gavin Rees. I'm going to definitely look out for this guy if he continues to fight, which I know he probably will. I'm going to definitely look out for Gavin Rees. Big up to him. And congrats to the champion, Adrien Broner. We'll see. Time will tell. Slyways 100. I'm out.